Hello everyone, this is Giraffe. Today we are going to talk about Norse mythology. The Nordic region might feel distant from us, but in reality, Norse mythology is all around us. Many of the movies and comics we've seen are connected to Norse mythology. For example, there's the famous movie Thor, which is entirely based on Norse mythology. There's also a well-known game called God of War that draws heavily from Norse mythology. Even the hugely popular comic Attack on Titan is built upon the foundations of Norse mythology. Why do so many films and comics relate to Norse mythology? It is because Norse mythology is incredibly fascinating. The birthplace of Norse mythology is the Scandinavia Peninsula, which today corresponds to Norway and Sweden. Historically, however, the Kingdom of Scandinavia included almost all Nordic countries, such as Denmark, Iceland, and Finland. In history, the people who lived in the Kingdom of Scandinavia were primarily the Scandinavians, often referred to as the Vikings or Viking raiders. Over 1,000 years ago, thanks to rapid advancements in navigation and shipbuilding technology, the Vikings soon began to raid, plunder, and colonize various coastal nations across Europe. They are nearly invincible, with no one able to defeat them, and they ended up colonizing many countries. Because the Vikings lived by fighting and raiding, the gods they worshipped were primarily gods of war. The mightiest god in Norse mythology is essentially an exceptionally powerful warrior god named Odin. Odin is a god of war in Norse mythology. He is depicted as an old man holding a spear called Gungnir, which never misses its target. Odin also has only one eye. This is why, whether among Viking pirates or pirates in general, many are portrayed with one eye. Even if they aren't actually blind, they often wear an eye patch, as if invoking Odin's power for protection. Additionally, Odin has two ravens. Although he is a god, the gods in Norse mythology are different from typical gods. They are not all-knowing or all-powerful. They rely on tools and external means to gather information. For instance, Odin depends on his ravens to fly out each day and return to tell him what is happening in the world. In Norse mythology, the gods are highly dependent on their tools. Without them, they are not particularly powerful. It is their extraordinary tools that make them divine, such as Odin's Gungnir. Without his spear, Odin would just be an old man. These are essentially divine artifacts. Odin's wife, Frigg, is the highest-ranking goddess in Norse mythology and is the mother of Thor, the god of thunder. There are several particularly important gods in Norse mythology: Odin, Thor, and Loki, all of whom you may recognize from movies. Today we will focus on these key figures. The word Thursday originates from Thor, the god of thunder. Thursday became Thursday. Similarly, Wednesday comes from Odin, whose name in Old German is Woden. Hence, Woden's Day evolved into Wednesday. In countries that historically followed Norse mythology, Wednesday holds particular significance. Thor's weapon is Mjolnir, the hammer of thunder. Mjolnir and Odin's spear Gungnir share a similar trait. Both can be thrown and will return to their wielder's hand. Mjolnir flies back after being hurled, just as Gungnir returns after striking its target. Perhaps divine weapons are simply meant to work this way. Thor is also a god of war in Norse mythology, as is Odin. However, throughout Norse history, the primary deity worshipped shifted over time. In the earliest periods, Norse societies were agrarian, so they primarily worshipped Thor, a god of both war and agriculture, seen as powerful yet honest. Odin, in contrast, was viewed as cunning and strategic. Later, during the Viking Age, when raiding and conquest became central to their way of life, people turned to Odin as their chief deity, moving away from agricultural associations. Another fascinating aspect of Norse mythology is its unique cosmology, which differs from other mythological systems. It describes the world as a tree, known as the cosmic tree, world tree, or tree of life. Whether this is the same tree of life mentioned in the Garden of Eden remains unclear. According to this view, the universe exists within a sphere, with the tree at its center. The tree divides into 9 distinct realms. At the center lies Midgard, the world of humans, a flat earth, as they believed the world to be flat. Above Midgard is Elfhammer, the realm of the light elves. Above that lies the highest realm, Asgard, where Odin and other gods known as the Aesir reside. Below Midgard is Svartalfahamr, the realm of the dark elves. While light elves live above, dark elves dwell below. Dark elves are also known as dwarves, or subterranean beings, living deep underground. Further below lies Hell, the realm of the dead. These make up 5 of the realms. Parallel to Midgard are 4 other worlds: the frozen Niflheim to the north, the fiery Muspelheim to the south, the Jotunheim, land of the giants, to the east, and Vernheim, home to the Vanir gods, to the east. So while the Aesir god reside above, there is another group of gods, the Vanir, who exist on the same plane as humans. You might want to ask, they are also gods, so why are they on our level? In truth, both the giants and the Vanir were originally equal to the Aesir. They were demoted after losing conflicts with them. That's why they were placed where they are. Then, how did this world tree come into being? About this, we will explain in the next video. See you next time!